All right, so we are on the record in docket 25-01176 and the accompanying ticket of 25L2941272. That is People of the State of Michigan versus Darren Bell. People of the City of Lansing versus Darren Bell. Appearances for the record. Mr. Booth.
Thank you, Your Honor. Patrick Booth on behalf of the City of Lansing.
Mr. S'mores.
Good morning, Your Honor. Peter S'mores here on behalf of Pete Bell, who is present and standing to my right.
And sir, you are Darren K. Bell, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. This is time set for a jury trial in the matter. Mr. Booth, how are we proceeding?
Yes, Your Honor. Through counsel, we have reached a resolution on this matter. The city is going to be amending the charge in the 25-01176 from an operating while intoxicated to an operating while visibly impaired under MCL 257.625, subsection 3, 93-day, $300 misdemeanor.
93-300.
Correct. Additionally, on the accompanying civil infraction, it would be amended to an impeding traffic. Let's go center under 257.676B, which is civil infraction 0 point, non-extracting $135 fine.
All right, so is that a fair statement, Mr. S'mores?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So let's do the plea to the impaired first, and then Mr. S'mores can take responsibility for the impeding traffic on the civil infraction. And then because I'm assuming he'll have to go to probation in order for the assessment, anything else for the impaired.
I do have an assessment, Your Honor. It's back from August, so I know it's a little antiquated.
I'd give it to probation and see what they say.
Very well.
Yeah, because they might take it. Okay. I don't know.
Very well.
Because that's usually so the sentencing for that will be about 6 weeks out. The civil infraction will be, the $135 fine. Let's see. And is that your understanding, Mr. Bell, of the offer is to plead to impaired under 257.625? That's a 93-day misdemeanor and or $300. With a plea to that, there'll be an amendment to the impeding traffic civil infraction, and there'll be amendment to the operating while intoxicated. Is that your understanding?
Yeah.
All right. Mr. S'mores, may I inquire of your client of his misdemeanor advice of rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Bell, you understand you have the following jury trial rights. I'm gonna walk you through those rights. All right. You have the right to be tried by a jury, to be presumed innocent till proven guilty, to have the prosecutor prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you are guilty, to have witnesses against you appear at trial, to question any witnesses are brought against you. You are represented today by defense attorney Peter S'mores, and he would be present to cross-examine any witnesses or contest any charges brought against you by the City of Lansing. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes.
You have the right to have the court order any witnesses appear in your defense to remain silent during the trial, not to have that silence used against you, and to testify at trial if you choose to testify. If your plea is accepted, you'll give up the claim the plea was a result of any promises other than what we've talked about on the record, or threats that it was not your choice to plead guilty. You'd also be giving up the right to appeal anything from trial. Since you won't be having a trial, you'll be pleading guilty to the operating while impaired instead. Is it still your wish today to waive your jury trial rights and plead guilty to the operating while impaired?
It is. I just wanted to point out, Your Honor, advice of rights was completed. I don't know if the court had.
Okay, I don't know if I have that.
Okay, just wanted to go ahead and answer, Mr. Bell.
Yes.
And you signed the bottom of this advice of rights, Mr. Bell?
Correct.
Okay. All right. Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to bring your attention back to. Let me find this. Is this on a ticket or is this on an information?
I only have the citation.
I think it's only on a citation. I'm going to bring your attention back to April 17th, 2025 at the offense location of North Grand River on Hollywood Street in the city of Lansing, Ingham County. Were you operating a motor vehicle open to the general public on North Grand River, Hollywood in the city of Lansing on that date and time?
Yeah.
Okay. And were you stopped by law enforcement?
Yeah.
Okay. And what's the blood out? What are we doing? Impaired? Are we doing a substantial materially or impaired by the use of alcohol, or are we doing some blood alcohol level?
It really doesn't matter to us, Your Honor. I know that the MSP lab report was 0.149.
All right.
And,
So that's over a 0.08.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Did you later find out that the blood alcohol level in this was over a 0.08?
Correct.
Okay. All right. Anything towards a factual basis, Mr. Booth?
No, Your Honor, I believe that satisfies.
Mr. Samores?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. So I find the factual basis to be knowing voluntarily and accurately married on the impaired driving under 93 day and 300 we will refer that to probation. And then what happens is they'll do a report for me, and then we'll see what options are available to us at sentencing. The sentencing date is set for 6 weeks. Yeah. It's generally about 6 weeks out. March 31st at 1:30. It may be sooner depending on the assessment, because Mr. Samores is going to share the assessment. That might be able to be used by the probation.
Very well, Your Honor.
All right. And then so that's the date, March 31st at 1:30. And then Mr. Samores, you'll take responsibility for the impeding traffic on April 17th, just so we're working from the same document. April 17th, 2025, at the North Grand River in the city of Lansing, Ingham County. You accept responsibility on behalf of your client for the impeding traffic.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. That comes with a $135 fine. And does your client need some time to pay that to the city of Lansing?
It's my understanding he paid $135 today. Is that true, Mr. Bell?
Correct.
So he has already paid, or he intends to?
He can pay it today, Your Honor.
Okay. So for the file, we'll make it to 17. All right, I'm going to indicate for the record that you can pay on the 17th, which is today's date, but we'll put it out to the 20th as a due date. Okay, just to build in some time. Okay, so February 17th to be paid. That's the $135, and then February 20th is the due date. And that can be paid online, in person, or right there at the counter. All right. All right, anything else for the record in docket 2501176 or the accompanying ticket, Mr. Booth?
Nothing from the city, Your Honor.
Mr. Samores?
Your Honor, thank you.
All right, probation's one floor down all the way to the right. And then we'll see you on that March 30. I think it's March 31st.
March 31st at 1:30, Your Honor.
March 31st at 1:30. Thank you, Mr. Samores.
Ms. Garris.
Yes. Yeah, you want Russell or Russell first? See where I should.
There we go, sir. I'm gonna get these other two. I got Howell. I'm gonna get that out of the way. With them waiting on Zoom to play on.
All right, Mr. Booth, where did you want to head next?
Are you ready? Or do you want me to go to the Zoom?
And we've got to let
If you want to,
right.
Let's do usually Russell because
Judge, I'm gonna defer to the court on where you want to be if we're gonna call a trial.
Are we going to call a try?
we should go on Russell because I don't know. I mean, the answer is yes if they can proceed forward.
Yes, we can proceed.
So we're ready. Yeah.
All right. So you want us to call a jury?
Yes.
All right. Let's call in a jury. And who's next, Mr. Booth?
It would be, I believe, Mr. Howell should be on Zoom with representation, and that's going to be down to a civil infraction. I believe we made some arrangements.
Oh.
Mr. Zaid.
That's Mr. Okay, Brandon Howell.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Really quick, Judge, can we clarify for which case? Because I'll have to add.
I think, let's see.
Ending in 2317.
Yeah, 25022317. That's correct. That's a trespass. All right. And Mr. Zaid is here for Mr. Howell.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so we're on the record in docket 2403073. That is people of the state of Michigan versus people of the city of Lansing versus Brandon Howell. Appearances for the record, Mr. Booth.
Thank you, Your Honor. Patrick Booth on behalf of the city of Lansing.
And sir, you are Justin Zaid, is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor. Good morning. Justin Zaid appearing on behalf of Mr. Howell. President consents to appear via Zoom. Mr. Howell, can you unmute, state your full name?
Hello, Brandon Howell.
All right, thank you, Mr. Zaid. This is the time set for a city of Lansing jury trial. Mr. Booth, how we proceed?
Yes, Your Honor. Through council, we have reached a resolution. City has made an offer to reduce this matter to a careless driving under MCL 257626 subsection B, civil infraction with carrying a $220 fine and a 3-point
All right.
instead of the drag racing charge.
All right, so it's a careless driving that comes with an abstraction of the Secretary of State. And what's the fine on a? I forgot.
I have 220 on the.
That sounds right. Right, is that your understanding, Mr. Zaid?
Yes, Your Honor. Accurate recitation of the agreement, one in which my client is prepared to avail himself of.
All right, and are you gonna accept responsibility on behalf of your client for the careless driving civil infraction?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, it comes with a $220 fine and abstraction. What's the point value? I forgot.
3 points.
3 points and a 3-point abstraction to the Secretary of State. So we're working from the same. Is that your understanding, Mr. Howell?
Yes.
All right. Just so we're working from the same document. That is for an incident which occurred on October 5th, 2024 on South Cedar and Mount Hope in the city of Lansing, state of Michigan, Ingham County. And you accept responsibility on behalf of your client for the civil infraction of careless driving. Is that correct, Mr. Zaid?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. All right. So I'm going to say that the attorney has accepted responsibility for his client. And does your client need some time to make the $220 payment to the city of Lansing?
Your Honor, if we could just have 30 days.
Yes. All right, so that would be 30, that would be, I don't know what March 17th falls on. Let's see. A Tuesday. So we'll set it for March 17th, 2026 to the city of Lansing. The $220 payment. That can be paid online, in person, or by phone, or at the counter on the 6th floor. And there will be this will be dealing with a whole different, the Secretary of State bureaucracy. They'll be abstracted for 3 points to the city, from the city of Lansing for the careless driving ticket. Anything else for the record on 2403073, Mr. Booth?
Nothing from the city, Your Honor.
Mr. Zaid.
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Howell, you're all set. Thank you for your appearance today.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
I wasn't scheduling anything.
No. He pled to a civil infraction. So, all right, Mr. Booth, where did you want to go next?
I was intending to go to Gail Garris, but
You don't have a defense attorney.
I don't think I have.
And Gillette is incarcerated.
That's my understanding.
All right. Okay, Brown?
Yes.
All right.
I would,
You need some time to talk to Ms. Brown?
so we switched, I'm switching out and
Okay.
Mr. Smith switched in and I don't, I think there was a confusion. So we're just gonna ask for.
We're gonna set it for jury trial.
jury trial,
This
that's
is
fine.
set for final pre-trial.
All right,
All right.
yep.
All right, so we're on the record in docket. Let's see. 25 L2975512. 25 L2975513. 25 03207. 25 03021. That is the City of Lansing versus Faye Brown. Appearances for the record, Ms. Crackmallney.
Elizabeth Parkmalley on behalf of the City of Lansing.
Mr. Ned.
Georgia Net APD, I believe covering for Tyler Smith for today's date.
All right, this is the time set for a final pretrial on two of these matters, the 25 03021 and the 25 03207. And then a formal hearing was included, I'm assuming because there's multiple, they're all on the same ticket, or let's see. That ticket stands alone on 25 03021. And then on the other ticket, that's the multiple. So one ticket and two civil infractions. Ms. Crackmallney, how are we proceeding?
Your Honor, just put it on the record, there was an offer extended of a 1-to-1 on the DWLS and a 1-to-1 on the civil infractions. However, the city will be requesting this be set for a jury trial.
All right, and is that a fair statement, Mr. Ned? It's your understanding that at the final pretrial, we're setting it for jury trial?
Yes, that's my understanding, Your Honor, and I will inform the client of the offer and I will let the court know prior to the jury trial if she accepts. It won't be me, I think it'll be Tyler Smith.
All right. So we'll set the two misdemeanor driving while license suspended for March 17th at 8:15. Set for jury trial on March.
Those are jury trial.
Yeah, those two will be misdemeanor jury trials. Set on March 17th at 8:15. On 25 03207 and 25 03021. Then we'll also set the two formal hearing civil infractions for that same date, since they're on the same ticket. And we'll set those for formal hearings at 8:15 on March 17th. That's a no proof of insurance on 25 L2975512. And we'll set for formal hearing on March 17th at 8:15 on 25 L297551312. And I'll make sure those are in the right file because there's the, so that's on the 25. All right, so it's all been set. Both files, both misdemeanor files and the accompanying civil infractions have been set on March 17th at 8:15. Anything else for the record on either one of those files or formal hearings, Ms. Crackmallney?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Mr. Ned?
Yeah, thank you.
All right. All right, ma'am, you should be all set. We'll see you on March 17th at 8:15.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Days.
Okay, all right.
Well, we'll have to bring Gillette up, or do you want to talk to Miss Gillette?
I would need to talk with her briefly, Your Honor. There's this case.
Do you want to go
There
downstairs
is-
and talk to her?
Yes,
Okay.
there is also additionally some state cases that were originally set for today that were reset. The parties are trying to work out a global resolution regarding several of her state cases. My understanding is coming from ICPO might, who's over in Simmons right now, might come over to try and help resolve those as well.
All right.
There's a lot of moving parts, Your Honor.
Where do you want to go next, Ms. Crackmoley?
Your Honor, we can go on green.
On Randy Green? All right, we're on the record in dockets 19-03717. That is the City of Lansing versus Randy Green. Appearances for the record, Ms. Crackmoley.
Elizabeth Crook-Molly on behalf of the City of Lansing.
Mr. Ned.
Georgia Dead, APD on behalf of, I believe Tyler Smith is client now, who's saying to my right. This was my client, but I think we reassigned the case and sent new appearances.
Where's Randy Green?
I am here, sir.
Okay.
I must have. Tyler Smith is the other attorney in our office.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's, you gotta figure out, your office,
Yep.
okay? All right, so we're on the, so sir, you are Randy Ray Green, is that correct?
Correct, sir.
All right, thank you. This is the time set for a final pretrial in the matter. Ms. Crackmoley, how are we proceeding?
Your Honor, the city had requested an update on any mitigating documents. I do not believe an update was received. So the city would be requesting that this be set for jury trial.
And, so do you have full discovery, Mr. Ned?
To my understanding, I believe so.
Yeah, I guess, because this is an older case, it's 2019. But we are set for final pretrial, so you're just setting for jury trial, and I want to know if there's any, I have a note from the final pretrial that there are some outstanding discovery issues still. So I'm making sure that we've covered any of our discovery issues.
I did get discovery on January 21st.
All right. That would be 3 weeks after the request for this, the request that was made on January 6th. So we'll set this. And you were indicating that, Mr. Ned, you were indicating that Mr. Smith is the new public defender on the file. Is that correct?
Well, he's supposed to be. Looking now, I don't think so. Regardless, we'll figure it out.
All right.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
All right.
But set jury trial date. If the court can't set it past April 16th, he has another court matter. And depending on how that goes, I think will affect how this case goes in a different county.
All right. This is getting old because it's 2019. We're 6 years old, 7 years into it. So let's, and I think arraignment was in August. So this is probably first one up, I would think, with an August date. What's the, what's going on in the other, is there, there's another charge in another county? I
There's
would
another
assume.
charge in another county. I think it's related to an assault matter. And depending on whether he's gonna be doing it on jail and that will, I think, determine his decision making.
All right, well, this will be first up on March 17th right now, because it's in August. We have an August, actually, we have a September 10th arraignment, I think.
Your Honor, I'm going to double check the vacation roster for LVD to just be safe.
All right,
Since you said March 17th.
it'll be March 17th at 8:15, and that's just to keep it moving, just so we have a date. But I have the full arraignment was done. I think the full arraignment was done in December. Because it looks like December 15th. Looks like it was arraigned in front of the magistrate. So this isn't the first up next month. But since it is older, we'll keep it, we'll just keep it. This is a 2019 case. We'll keep it on that docket, and then you can let us know if we need to keep that date or not.
Yes, Your Honor, thank you.
I'm afraid to put it in April just because
Right.
It's such an old case.
Well, what's first up, you said?
Uh,
One of my,
it's one of the other files, but I don't think it's this one because this one has an arraignment date of December.
it's another one of his cases, you said?
No,
Oh,
no,
another-
I think it's somebody. It's probably somebody
Okay,
else.
we'll
Yep.
figure it out. Okay.
Yep.
All right, sounds good, Your Honor.
But
Thank you.
we've set it for March 17th at 8:15. This file, just because it's a 1-9 file, and just to keep track of it, or else, But it is a December. It looks like a December arraignment date. Anything else for the record in 1903717, Ms. Crackmolney?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Mr. Ned. All right, we're all set. Thank you for your appearance today, sir. I don't know where you put that sound.
It's coming from the Zoom.
All right, we do have a bunch on Zoom.
Susan Rondeau, I'm ready for if she's on.
Susan Rondeau. There we go. Let's call that case. All right, Ms. Rondeau, you can unmute. All right, so we're on the record in docket 2502701. That is the City of Lansing versus Susan Rondeau. Appearances for the record, Ms. Crackmolney.
Elizabeth Crackmolney on behalf of the City of Lansing.
Mr. Ned.
George Net APD on behalf of my client is appearing via Zoom.
And ma'am, you are Susan Rondeau, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you can hear me all right, Ms. Rondeau?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. This is the time set for a final pretrial in the matter. Ms. Crackmolney, how are we proceeding?
Your Honor, a previous offer was extended of failure to report, which would be a 0-point misdemeanor instead of the 6-point. At this point, the city's defers the defense on whether or not this will be set for jury trial.
Mr. Ned.
Jury trial, Your Honor.
All right. So this was set for final pretrial on December 1st, and then we've adjourned the final pretrial. So we'll set for jury trial on today's date. This is a September arraignment, so it's close. It'll be first up on March 17th or in that vicinity. So we'll set for March. So we'll set the jury trial for March 17th at 8:15. All right, so we've set this for jury trial. Jury trial on March 17th at 8:15. Anything else for the record in 2502701, Ms. Crackmolney?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Ned.
No, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Rondeau, we've set it for March 17th at 8:15 for jury trial. That'll be live in person on the 6th floor of City Hall of Lansing. And ma'am, you should be all set.
Thank you, sir.
Excuse me. My name is Precise Galvez Brace. I'm supposed to have a hearing at 9:30. I'm not for sure if I'm supposed to be here or not.
I got you checked in.
You're set for 9:30.
Okay, thank you.
But we're on the 8:30s right now.
Okay.
So you can have a seat. All right, did you want to go on? Let Mr. Harris is going to talk to. We got Norton.
I'm ready to go on that, Your Honor.
What's the first name?
Terry Norton.
Here we go. Terry Norton here.
Is there a Terry Norton in the physical courtroom? We'll call the name in the hallway. So Megan, if you could call, and then we'll go on Mr. Norton.
I don't have any more slots.
Okay, so just create one. If we set any, we shouldn't be setting any more. Well, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 more final pre-trials. So just put them all on that date.
Okay. He's not out there.
All right. So we got one less slot that we need to worry about because this is going right into bench warrant status. All right. So we're on the record in docket 2400961. That's people of the City of Lansing versus Terry Norton. Appearances for the record, Ms. Crackmolney.
Elizabeth Crackmolney on behalf of the City of Lansing.
Mr. Ned.
George Net APD on behalf of my client is not here today.
All right. And is there a Terry Norton in the Zoom and in the physical courtroom? I do not see Terry Norton on the Zoom courtroom, and we've called the name in the hallway. It would appear that Terry Norton has failed to appear for the final pretrial. This was scheduled for 8:30. Is now 9:43. Ms. Crock-Mulligan, how are we proceeding today?
Your Honor, in my notes, I have a previous failure to appear on May 28th, 2024. The city would be requesting an immediate bench warrant be issued.
Any comment on that, the request for immediate bench warrant, Mr. Ned? Okay, so an immediate bench warrant is issued for the fail to appear Mr. Norton or Miss Norton or Norton, Terry Norton. All right, so that's all for the record in 24-00961. And you want to go on Miss Toronto?
That would be Mr. Harry's client.
All right.
We can wait.
How about Yates? Michael Yates.
I'm ready to go. I don't know whose client that
I
is.
believe it's Mr. Harry's.
All right, so we have Toronto and Gillette. Those three are Harry's.
Yeah, it's over here. Oh, but you gotta wait. That's
Yeah, you gotta wait.
here is his client.
You gotta wait for Mr. Harry's.
No. I don't know where Mr. Harry.
I think.
Downstairs.
Oh, is he talking to Miss Gillette?
Yeah,
All right, and then we have, is it a Bahati?
he's out in the hallway.
Oh, we can go on that.
All right.
Oh, this is mine.
I don't know if it's yours. but it's
Oh.
And we've set that for plea today.
That for some reason is blinding my face.
Mr. Glenn, we can all hear you, so you might want to mute.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Perusi Bahati is set for 9 o'clock today. And you indicated what case the Ms. Hall, you had your hand raised. You can unmute and ask your question. Ms. Hall? You're gonna have to unmute. Yep.
It's Mr.
Okay, Mr. Hall?
Yeah, I was wondering if you have my name on your case.
That's a great question. I do, you're scheduled for 10:30 and we're just on the 9 o'clocks.
All right, I was just making sure.
All right, so you are scheduled for 10:30 and your public defender is either Mr. Ned or Mr. Harris.
I believe
All
it's
right, thank
actually Smith, Your Honor.
Yeah, but
Mr.
that's not my problem. That's that might be the defender's problem, but all right. And then Ms. Perez, you had your hand up.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm wondering if you have by any chance John Luxine on.
I do at 9 o'clock. So we're coming up on his case in the next 10 minutes or so.
Okay, thank you.
All right, if he's here. I don't know if he's here or not. All right, so let's go on Toronto, Allison Toronto. All right, so we're on the record in docket 25 L2968931. That is the City of Lansing versus Allison Toronto. Appearances for the record, Ms. Crockmolney.
Elizabeth Kirkmoney on behalf of the City of Lansing.
Mr. Harris.
Assistant Public Defender James Harris here on behalf of Ms. Toronto, who appears via Zoom. Ms. Toronto, if you can please state your first and last name for the record.
Allison Taranto.
All right, thank you. This is the time set, and you can hear me all right, Ms. Taranto?
Yes, sir.
All right, this is the time set for a final pretrial in the matter. Ms. Crockmolney, how are we proceeding?
Your Honor, the city has extended an offer of a plead guilty as charged with the Killebrew fines and costs.
That is correct, Your Honor. I have spoken with Ms. Taranto regarding that and regarding our options, as I can further go over in allocution. At this time, Ms. Taranto did indicate she wanted to accept the offer, and I would make a request that we move to immediate sentencing after putting the plea on the record.
All right, so it's a plea to charge and then a Killebrew fines and costs.
Yes, that is correct, Your Honor. And I believe the charge is the failure to display a valid operator's license, which is a 90-day and or 200.
Okay. And is there any objection by the city to immediate sentencing, Ms. Crockmolney?
No objection.
All right. All right. Ms. Toronto, Ms. Toronto, is that your understanding? You're depleted the charge with the Killebrew agreement between Mr. Harris and Ms. Crockmolney, fines and costs only, immediate sentencing today. Is that your understanding, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
And you understand that if I was to do something different than the fines and costs, to follow the fines and costs Killebrew, you'd have the opportunity to withdraw your plea. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
I am going to ask you, do you have the ability to put yourself on video?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You may want to take it off because I'm going to have you raise your right hand. I just want to make sure. Perfect. All right. All right. Mr. Harris, may I inquire of your client of her misdemeanor advice of rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Toronto, you understand you have the right to be tried by a jury, to be presumed innocent until proven guilty, to have the prosecutor prove beyond reasonable doubt that you are guilty, to have witnesses against you appear at trial, to question any witnesses that are brought against you. You're represented today by Attorney James Harris, and he would be present to cross-examine any witnesses or contest any charges brought against you by the City of Lansing. You have the right to have the court order any witnesses appearing in your defense to remain silent during the trial, not to have that silence used against you, and to testify at trial if you choose to testify. If your plea to the fail to display ops is accepted, you'll give up the claim the plea was a result of any promises other than what we stated on the record or threats it was not your choice to plead guilty. You'd also be giving up the right to appeal anything from trial. Since you won't be having a trial, you'll be pleading to the misdemeanor count instead. Is it still your wish today to plead guilty to the misdemeanor count?
Yes, sir.
All right. Your right hand is raised. Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes, sir.
All right, Ms. Toronto, you can place your right hand down. I'm going to bring your attention back to September 28, 2025, and at East Michigan Avenue on South Pennsylvania in the city of Lansing. Were you driving a 1997 Buick, a green Buick, in the city of Lansing on East Michigan Avenue, South Pennsylvania on September 28, 2025?
Yes, sir, I was.
And at that time, were you stopped by law enforcement and then failed to display a valid license?
Yes, sir.
All right. Anything for the factual basis, Ms. Crock-Mulney?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Mr. Harris?
Nothing from the defense, Your Honor.
All right. All right. I have the remarks from the officer that indication that she was stopped for bright lights, and there appears that she hadn't expired. It had expired. Allocution, Mr. Harris. We'll follow the plea agreement and we'll go to allocution.
Yes, Your Honor. When I spoke with Ms. Toronto previously, when we were in court, she was trying to engage in compliance. She was trying to get her permit test and road test done. However, as she indicated to me today, she did have a rather unfortunate surgery that she had to go through that she just recently got out of recovery for, and was unable to get the permit or license test done. I did speak with her regarding options and that we could try and get this either set for another final pretrial or perhaps a jury trial to give her a bit more time if she wanted to try and engage in compliance. She indicated that she wanted to get this, hopefully get this resolved today, and that was the reason. Well, and she wanted to accept the offer rather than trying to get that more time. She's apologetic for how this went over, and I believe she does still fully intend to get her permit test and road test done, even if this gets resolved today. I would simply ask that the court follow the agreement and sentence Ms. Toronto to minimal fines and costs here, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Ms. Toronto, is there anything you'd like to say to the court before the court passes sentence?
No, sir.
All right, thank you. Ms. Crock-Mulney, is there anything from the city?
No, Your Honor.
All right. I'll follow the Killebrew agreement with fines and costs only. There's no upfront jail concerning this matter. I'll set fines. It'll be fine of $75, cost of $75, crime victims' rights fee of $75, and a state minimum court cost fee of $50 for a grand total of $275. And does your client need some time to make that payment to the city of Lansing, Mr. Harris?
Yes, Your Honor. I would request at least 90 days for Ms. Toronto to get that paid, Your Honor.
What date? We like February, March, April, May. What date in May? We're May 17th? May 19th. Okay. So we'll set it $275 to the city of Lansing. All of that can be paid by May 19th, 2026. So, Ms. Toronto, you can kind of set up your own payment plan as long as it's all paid by May 19th, and they'll have this. You can pay online, in person, by phone, or at the counter. The $275 payment, it'll all be due by May 19th. All right, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Or yes, sir.
All right. And anything else for the record in 25L2968931? Ms. Crock-Mulney?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Harris?
Nothing from the defense, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Toronto, you're all set. Thank you for your appearance today.
Thank you.
Do you want to go on Yates?
We can go on Yates, Your Honor. He has been waiting, and give me a moment to let the prosecutor and Simmons know that we have this.
All right. Did you want to go?
I can. Mr. Yates should be quick to handle.
All right.
The breach of the peace civil infraction, and then I can go get the prosecutor.
All right. All right. So we're on the record in docket 2503281. That is the city of Lansing versus Michael Yates. Appearances for the record, Ms. Crockmoley.
Elizabeth Crockmoley on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Mr. Harris.
Assistant Public Defender James Harris here on behalf of Mr. Michael Yates, who is standing to my right. Mr. Yates, if you could please state your first and last name for the record.
Michael Yates.
All right, this is the time set for a final pretrial in the matter. And sir, you are Michael Yates, is that correct?
Correct.
All right, thank you. How are we proceeding, Ms. Crockmoley?
Your Honor, an offer has been extended to amend the charge to a breach of the peace civil infraction. I believe the defense will be taking that.
That is correct, Your Honor. I've spoken with Mr. Yates regarding this case and regarding the offer, which is accepting responsibility to a breach of the peace civil infraction. He has indicated he would like to accept that offer at this time.
All right, what's the fine on
I believe breach of the peace should be $150.
$150? Okay. And Mr. Yates, that's your understanding. You'll be pleading, Mr. Harris on your behalf will be pleading responsible to the breach of the peace civil infraction for $150. Okay. All right, Mr. Harris, I'm going to bring your attention back just so we're working from the same ticket. This is for activity which occurred on October 29th, 2025 at South Cedar, East Kalamazoo in the city of Lansing. Is it your understanding that you're accepting responsibility for behavior on behalf of your client for breach of the peace that comes with a $150 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. All right. And does your client need some time to make that payment to the city of Lansing, the $150?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Yates would be requesting 60 days to get that.
60 days, make this April 14th. April 14th. Okay. So you can payment of $150 to the city of Lansing can be made by April 14th, right?
Yes.
April 14th, which is 60 days out. So as long as it's all paid by April 14th of 2026, that can be paid online at the counter or by phone. That $150 payment, that'll keep you out of the show cost cycle. Okay, sir?
Yeah.
All right. Anything else for the record in 2503281, Ms. Crockmoley?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Harris.
Nothing for the defense, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Yates, you're all set. Thank you for your appearance today. All right. So did you want to, you have to go next door.
I left Miss Fortune Gill know. She indicated she would be over.
All right.
I can go let her know.
Yeah.
Hey, Brown. We didn't call Faye
Who's
Brown.
here on Luxon? Is that Harry's or is that Annette?
No, we didn't. We said that for church.
Did we say Faye Brown for jury trial?
Faye Brown, I think, I don't know. Faye Brown has been set for, she was here and we set it for jury trial.
Oh, you never got
March 17th. I'm here.
On March 17th at 8:15. All right.
I believe we are now ready to proceed on both the
Gillette.
city case and the state cases, Your Honor.
We have everybody here.
Yes.
All right.
Ms. Fortuna Gill has graciously offered to be here to help with
All right.
resolving that global resolution.
All right, so we're on the record in 2500203. That is People of the City of Lansing versus Teresa Gillette. Appearances for the record from the city, Ms. Crockmoley.
Elizabeth Crockmoley on behalf of the city of Lansing.
And then we do have Ms. Fortuna Gill from the state.
Yes, Your Honor. Haley Fortuna Gill on behalf of the people.
And then Mr. Harris.
Assistant Public Defender James Harris here on behalf of Miss Teresa Gillette for purposes of all files, Your Honor.
All right, so you're here for the state files and the city of Lansing
Yes,
files.
Your Honor.
Okay. And ma'am, you are Teresa Gillette?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. This time set for a city final pretrial. We also have the prosecutor here, the county prosecutor. So Ms. Crockmoley, what's your understanding of what we're doing today? And then I'll go to Ms. Fortuna Gill also.
Your Honor, it's my understanding that the defense seeks some kind of global resolution. What the details of that are, I'm not quite sure yet.
All right, we'll wait to hear from Ms. Fortuna Gill.
If I may, Your Honor.
You may.
So the city case isn't exactly as involved in the global resolution. That was more to resolve her state cases here and then some state cases she has over in 55th. Regarding the city case, the offer that was extended was pleading his charge with a kilobrew to time served, as Miss Gillette has already been in jail for quite a period on her other cases. And then regarding the state cases, my understanding of the offer for these cases was pleading guilty to one count of domestic violence in file 25-03279 SM, and which is a 93-day misdemeanor and or $500, with an agreement to pay any restitution to be determined at sentencing in files 25-00239 SM and 24-02890 SM. And then once
So
she
wait a minute.
Oh,
So
yeah.
so those are all county files.
That
So-
is correct.
So
Yeah.
so let's do our file first, and we'll do the county file.
Understood, Your Honor.
And then try to because I don't know if I have all those other files for some of those 55th files, or
I believe I believe there are two 55th files that the court wouldn't have that she would need to enter.
I don't know if I can take bond, accept restitution on a 55th file.
Oh, the 55th files are separate, Your Honor. I believe the offer here would be pleading a one count of DV and then promising to pay any restitution to be determined on, I believe, two retail fraud files that are here.
That is correct. The restitution that would be part of the plea that's being taken today are files here.
All right.
I believe she should have about 5 state files here, Your Honor.
I've got 4. I have a 25-02978 is an unlicensed dog. 25-02977 is an unlicensed dog. 24-02890 is a retail fraud. And 25-0023939 is a retail fraud. So I have 2 retail frauds and 2 unlicensed dog files.
It appears that we are missing one of those unlicensed dog files as part of our global resolution.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I don't have. I don't know what to tell you because this is a county. This is a city date, and these are county files, and we're missing a file. I don't know.
I believe in total, Your Honor, there should be 2 retail fraud files.
Should we writ Miss Gillette out for the county cases? And that's what we're trying to avoid, but I don't.
Yes,
if I'm missing a file, I'm missing a file.
If my understanding is that as part of the offer, the other files would be dismissed with a promise to pay restitution. So if they are dismissed as part of the offer, we can.
Not up to me.
That's up to the prosecutor.
That's up to the prosecutor.
Yes, my understanding is that there's 2 retail fraud, 2 dog license, and then the 1 DV. And
I don't have a DV file.
That DV file should be 25-03279 SM.
All right, well, let's go on the city file. So the city file, is the city file in conjunction with the rest of the county cases, or is that standalone?
That is more of a standalone case, Your Honor.
All right. So, and that is a plea to the charge.
With a kilobrew to time served, is my understanding.
That's correct, Your Honor, if there's time on the case.
All right, and how much time is on this case? I mean, I had bond was set at $50, 10%. So a bond was set on the file.
Yeah,
so it was kind of a nominal bond.
So I believe Miss Gillette indicated the first time she was in jail, she served 28 days, then she was released, and then she went back to jail on the 30th and has the 30th of January? Yeah, the 30th of January, and has been there since, which would be, I believe, another 18 days. So that would be a grand total of 46 days if her bonds hadn't converted.
And I don't know if, well, yeah, I don't know if she was ever out, if they ever converted bonds on this.
So I do note there was a period of time where she was out of jail, and then she was picked back up on and went back to jail on January 30th, and I believe she's been in jail since. I unfortunately don't know if her bond has converted since that, Your Honor. That is information the jail decides that they don't normally communicate to me.
Right. Well, I think I'm pretty safe. This is filing false info, city charge. So I think 90 days. I think the 30 days would be sufficient for time served. I would think.
Yes, I believe it would be.
So, all right. So it's plea discharge to this file with a Killebrew agreement of time served, and that Killebrew agreement would be. I would be 46 days at least, and I think I'd go below that just to make sure. Is that your understanding, Ms. Crockwell?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Harris?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Harris, may I inquire Ms. Gillette of her advice of rights on the misdemeanor charge? So you understand that the charge for this false info is 90 days and or is it 200?
I
can't remember. What's the
I
finance?
believe all of our misdemeanors under the city code are 500.
500.
Up to 500.
So 9,500. You understand there's an agreement between Mr. Harris and Ms. Crockmolney that any time upfront jail would be time served. Okay, and we've kind of looked at 46 days for that. I wouldn't go over the 46. I'd go sometime underneath, but that would be the time served element. If I was going to do anything differently from that, you'd have the opportunity to withdraw your plea. Do you understand that, ma'am?
I do.
All right. You understand you have the right to be tried by a jury, to be presumed innocent till proven guilty, to have the prosecutor prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you are guilty, to have witnesses against you appear at trial, to question any witnesses that are brought against you. You are represented today by Attorney James Harris. He would be present to cross-examine any witnesses or contest any charges brought against you by the city of Lansing. Do you understand that, ma'am?
I do.
You have the right to have the court ordering witnesses appear in your defense, remain silent during the trial, not to have that silence used against you, and to testify at trial if you choose to testify. If your plea is accepted, you'll give up the claim the plea was a result of any promises or threats that it was not your choice to plead guilty. You'd also be giving up the right to appeal anything from trial since you'll be pleading guilty to the misdemeanor instead. Is it still your wish today to plead guilty to the misdemeanor instead?
Yes.
You know, raise your right hand as best you can. Do you solemnly swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury? All right. I'm going to bring your attention back to January 23rd, 2025, at the offense location of Mall Court, Sellers Avenue in the city of Lansing. Were you at Mall Court, Sellers Avenue in the city of Lansing, Ingham County on January 23rd, 2025?
I believe so.
And at that time, were you approached by law enforcement and asked for some information? There was not a vehicle involved.
Yes.
And you denied giving them, you furnished information, but that information was incorrect.
Correct.
Okay. Anything towards the factual basis, Ms. Crockmolney?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Harris?
Nothing from the defense, Your Honor.
Fine. I find the factual basis to be knowing, voluntarily, and accurately made, and I will follow the agreement to time served and set it out. So it would be 30 days. 30 days, and then time served would be over that. So be time served. Allocution. So I'm going to follow the Killebrew agreement. Any allocution, Mr. Harris?
Your Honor, Ms. Gillette is repentant. She's trying to resolve her cases, trying to resolve what she can. She did indicate to me that she was in a bit of a worse place back then, that she is now trying to get resolved, trying to get healthy, trying to get herself to be a productive member of society. This global resolution that myself and the prosecution and the attorney representing her in 55th have been trying to resolve is trying to hopefully get her, assist her with that, get her out of jail, get her back to being a productive member of society. Given the amount of time she's currently spent in jail and that she is still currently in jail until we can get the 55th cases resolved, likely. I would simply request that the court would consider minimal fines and costs or waiving what fines and costs the court can and giving her 90 days to pay any fines and costs the court orders.
All right, thank you. Ms. Crock-Molney, anything to, on file 25-00203, before we tackle the other county files, anything on the city file, does the city have any objection to immediate sentencing on this matter?
No objection.
All right. Does the city want to say anything?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Gillette, do you want to say anything to the court before the court passes the sentence? All right. I'm going to follow the Killebrew agreement of time served. So that's 30 days for time served. I'm going to set fines and costs. We'll do a $75 fine, a $75 cost. Crime victims' rights fee of $75 and a state fee of $50 for a grand total of $150, $225, $275. Since we don't know where Ms. Gillette, let's set it for 90 days.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
we'll
would be
set
my
90
request,
days
Your Honor.
out. Yeah, just because we're not sure about the other files. So it'll be 90 days to the city of Lansing will be on May. What were we using before?
90 days is May.
That should, May 19th will work. All right. So it'll be $275 to the city of Lansing. $90 days will be May 19th. And then we'll figure out what the other files are. I don't think we have all the files on the county cases. But which makes a difference because Ms. Gillette will be taken down and then brought back up because we got to look for the file because there's a fifth.
Well, I can call DK.
Okay. All right, that'll work. All right, but as to 25-00203, anything else for the record, Ms. Crock-Molney?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Mr. Harris?
Nothing from the defense, Your Honor.
All right, so, and then on Ms. Gillette, we'll just, I kind of in a holding pattern until we get the other file because I don't have that fifth file.
Is the file the court's missing, the one that the domestic violence file?
Yeah,
Okay, so that one, do we have that case number?
I don't know. I don't have any of those case numbers. I have 4 files from 2 dog license and 2 retail frauds that are not on this docket.
Understood.
Yes, I do have that case number, Your Honor. I believe that according to the court's website, it looks like it's scheduled on March 2nd. It's case file 25-03279-SM.
All right. So that's the one that DK will be looking for, I would think.
I think Megan went to go look for it.
Okay, and
Jake's
DK's
standing in.
to cover.
That's
Okay.
my best guess.
So Ms. Gillette, you can have a seat there.
Is the DP one the only one we were missing?
Yeah.
Wow, that was fast.
That was fast.
So now to confirm, there should be 5 files, Your Honor.
Okay, there are 5 files and we just 25-03279 was the file. So Ms. Gillette, you can come up here. All right. I think we got lucky, but
Call it efficiency.
all right. All right, so these are all on county files, but while we have Ms. Gillette here and we read out, we can take care of these files. So I'm going to call all 5 files, and then Ms. Fortuna Gill, you can go ahead and you can indicate. At this time, there's a promise to pay restitution on the 55th files, and I can order that, but I can't. We can't do anything in writing because that's just.
Understood, Your Honor.
All right, so we're on the record in 25-03279. That is a DV file. A 25-00239. That is a retail fraud file. 24-02890 is a retail fraud file. 25-02977 and 25-02978 are both unlicensed dog files. Appearances for the record, Ms. Fortuna Gill.
Haley Fortuna Gill on behalf of the people.
Mr. Harris.
Assistant Public Defender James Harris here on behalf of Miss Teresa Gillette regarding the state file, Your Honor. Ms. Gillette, if you could please state your first and last name for the record.
Teresa Gillette.
All right, thank you. This is time set for this was previously set for city pretrial, and then we recognized, since we have Ms. Gillette here and writ out, this might save us having to writ her out again. So how are we proceeding? And we do have the county prosecutor here. So how are we proceeding on these files?
Yes, Your Honor. There has been a global resolution, including files that are in 55th, which of course we will not be dealing with today, but there are also files here in 54A. The agreement is to plead guilty to count 1 of domestic violence in file 25-03279 SM. That's a force of 93-day misdemeanor with a $500 fine.
And that's probably going to probation.
That would be my guess.
Yeah, that because it has to. It's domestic. So, and then as to the other files.
Excuse me, Your Honor. Yes, this also would come with an agreement to pay any restitution in the retail fraud files, which are 25-00239 SM and 24-02890 SM.
24-0289-02890.
Yes.
289.
Upon my apologies.
No, I'm just trying to just making sure. All right, so we have restitution on the 2 retail fraud files.
Yes, and we would
All right.
request that be referred to probation.
Okay.
Upon proper plea, both here today in 54A and a proper plea in 55th, the remaining files being 25-00239, 24-02890 SM.
All right, I have 2 files left. So
Yes, the 2 dog license files.
right, so
Those would also be dismissed.
all right, so 25-00239 is going to be dismissed with restitution on the DV.
Yes.
Yes, and that would be same with the 24-02890 retail fraud, Your Honor.
Doesn't mean anything to me right now. So dismiss without prejudice on per negotiations on this one. And then an agreement to pay restitution. And you're going to follow that up with I think we'll need a pink sheet on that one.
Yes.
On the 25-00239.
I don't know if we have the exact amount, but yes, that would need a pink sheet more. I believe we're still trying to determine what the amount of restitution.
All right, and then there'll be, so that is dismissed without prejudice per the negotiations on successful plea and sentence. And then we have on 24-02890, that's the same, right? That's dismissed without prejudice with
Yes,
restitution on the DV.
Yes.
And that is.
Yeah.
And that'll be restitution to be made. All right, and then both the unlicensed dog of 25-02978 and 25-0902977 are to be dismissed.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Yeah, for negotiations. So my understanding of the plea offer is plead to the DV Pay restitution on 250023. Make sure I've got that right. 239. Pay restitution on 2402,890. Those will be determined by probate court or by probation. And then a plea to the DV file of 250329. And the other 4 files will be dismissed, the 2 unlicensed dog and the 2 retail frauds. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your
All right.
Honor.
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Gillette, is that your understanding of the plea offer? It's to plead to the DV really is what we're here for. And then we'll seek restitution on the retail fraud that be determined by probation on 25002339 and 2402,890. All other files are to be dismissed.
Correct.
All right. All right, Mr. Harris may inquire of your client of her advice of rights on the misdemeanor plea, the domestic violence plea.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. You understand, you have the following jury trial rights. I'm going to walk you through those. All right, ma'am? You have the right to be tried by a jury, to be presumed innocent till proven guilty, to have the prosecutor prove beyond reasonable doubt that you are guilty, to have witnesses against you appear at trial, to question any witnesses that are brought against you. You are represented today by Attorney James Harris, and he would be present to cross-examine any witnesses or contest any charges brought against you by the people of the city of Lansing. You have the right to have the court ordering witnesses appear in your defense to remain silent during the trial, not to have that silence used against you, and to testify at trial if you choose to testify. If your plea is accepted, you'll give up the claim the plea was a result of any promises other than what we placed on the record, or threats that it was not your choice to plead guilty. You'll also be giving up the right to appeal anything from trial, since you'll be pleading guilty to the misdemeanor domestic violence file. Is it still your wish today to waive your jury trial rights and plead guilty to the misdemeanor domestic violence? All right. And have you raised your right hand as best you can? Do you solemnly swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury? All right. I'm going to bring your attention back to September 30th, 2025 at 609 East Jolly Road, apartment 13 in the city of Lansing, 48910. Were you present at 609 East Jolly Road in the city of Lansing, County of Ingham, State of Michigan on September 30th, 2025?
I do believe so.
And who is Lonnie David Harper to you?
My ex-boyfriend.
Okay. And you had a dating relationship with him, or you lived together? Is that a yes?
Yes.
All right, thank you. You are pleading guilty to offensively touching Mr. Harper in a manner which would not be used in self-defense. Can you tell me, how did you offensively touch Mr. Harper that was not in self-defense?
I'm not exactly sure. I don't remember, sir. We've had quite a few blowouts, and I can safely say that if it happened, then it was probably a cup of coffee that may have been thrown at him when he scared.
That's what I have. I have that. Do you remember throwing a cup of coffee at him?
He startled me and the coffee flew, and it wasn't intentional. It was more of a, we had been fighting.
That
and,
doesn't suffice.
Yes, so.
But yes, I did throw coffee at him.
That sounds more accidental than it does
Yes.
intentional.
So, Your Honor, if I may.
Yes, you may.
So, Ms. Harper, do you remember that there was an argument between you and Mr. Lonnie Harper?
Yes.
And there was Mr. Harper indicated that there was a cup of coffee thrown at him. Do you recall that?
Throwing it in the cup. Yeah.
And there was an indication that there's an indication here that after the cup of coffee was thrown, it says that you pushed past him, hitting his arm and shoulder with your body. Do you recall that?
No, I don't.
Okay. Your Honor, if I may have a moment to speak with Mr. Lex.
You may. These aren't on my docket.
Yes.
So yeah, have a moment to speak with her, and let's put those files aside.
Your Honor, while you have them, if I do have a pink sheet.
Do you want to put it in the city file, or do you want to put it in the two that?
If we could put it in the DV file, since it's the restitution for one of the retail frauds. Upon further looking at the other one, there is no restitution,
So that'll go in the, I don't know what to, let's put it in the county file. And all right. Where else can we head, Ms. Crockmolny? We have some, we're running out of time, is, you know.
Your Honor, can I approach briefly?
You, sure.
I don't know how the court wants to handle this. We just made aware that Mr. Moody and Marquise Washington. I don't know if that relationship has been disclosed. It hadn't been disclosed by the city until about 10 minutes ago. I don't know if it's been disclosed to his client. I don't know if you want to have a further discussion.
Probably, yeah. Let's make a, regardless, we have to make a record, but.
And I would think there would need to maybe be some sort of voir dire, but I don't know how the court wants to proceed with that.
Well, I think that kind of answers the question. Do we have anything left to go this morning that like, because we have people on Zoom and people and any of the code compliance cases, the woeful cases, I think Mr. Akanicki's on those, and those are going to be adjourned, right?
Yes, Patrick had requested that they all be set for a formal hearing.
All
And it's
right.
my understanding that he had talked to Mr. O'Shaughnessy as well. I can go on a couple of the other code cases as well. if you'd
Let's
like.
go on the code cases.
Okay. I'll start with Delgado because I think that one will be simpler.
All right, Guadalupe Delgado.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so we're on the record in docket 25-000-7941. That is the City of Lansing versus Guadalupe Delgado. Appearances for the record. Ms. Crockmolny.
Elizabeth Crockmolny on behalf of the City of Lansing.
And sir, you are Guadalupe Delgado Jr.? And are you helping him communicate?
Yeah, that's your name. Guadalupe Delgado Jr.
All right. And sir, could you state your name for the record?
Reiner Delgado.
Okay. All right. And you are you the son?
Yes.
Okay, so you're Mr. Guadalupe Delgado's son.
Yes.
All right. This is the time set for a code compliance issue. Ms. Crockmolny, how are we proceeding?
Your Honor, I've been in contact with the code officer who also appears via Zoom, Officer Tim Smith. There has been a request by the defendants for an extension, and so the city would be requesting that this be set out approximately 30 days for compliance. It seems like some strides have been made, and so we'd like to continue to see those improvements.
And is that your understanding, Mr. We'll start with Delgado.
Yes.
Okay, and you're
I'm not cleaning up, so.
okay. Okay. So we have a request for extension for 30 days. So we'll reset this 30 days out. I would think that's around the middle of March.
I believe so.
March 7th.
Maybe not March 17th.
Well,
because of the jury
what
trials.
what I'm thinking is we'll set it earlier, March 17th, so we can get, so what time were you, we have 8:15 jury trials. And this will just be like a pre-trial.
Yes, Your Honor.
So we can reset it for like 9 or 9:30. It's a code compliance issue, and we can call it a final pre-trial. It doesn't matter.
Or is it the or non-jury?
Or non-jury.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Let's.
that's 9:30.
Okay. Or non-jury. Be March 17th at 9:30. All right, so we've extended this to March 17th at 9:30. Any questions? Do you have any questions of me, Mr. Delgado? What's your first name again?
Reiner.
Okay, and then so it's March 17th at 9:30. I'll be live in person on the 6th floor, and I'll wait to hear from the city. All right. Anything else for the record in 25-007-941, Ms. Crockmolny?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Do you have any questions of me, sir?
No.
You should be all set. Thank you.
Is that for code compliance?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Making sure I have it right.
Yeah. All right. And then where did you want to go? Did you want to do another code compliance or?
Yes, Your Honor.
Which one?
Ceiling Wall Repair LLC.
Okay. So we're on the record in docket 2500078841. That is ceiling wall repair. People of the state of Michigan, people of the city of Lansing versus ceiling wall repair. Appearances for the record, Ms. Crockmole.
Elizabeth Crockmole on behalf of the city of Lansing.
All right, this is the time set for a code compliance issue. I don't think I've ever seen any representative of ceiling wall repair. They were failed to appear on December 8th. We reset it with an order to follow. We failed to appear on January 6th. They were set for code compliance on today's date, which is February 17th. I don't know, and I don't know if I've signed any orders that have held them in.
I don't believe so, Your Honor. I think
Okay.
we've only done fine so far.
I think I have fined. I think they have under the orders were submitted under the 7-day rule. Is there a representative here from ceiling wall repair? They must have had contact with the city attorney's office.
I don't know if it was, sorry, Patrick, sorry, the city. I don't know if it may have been through Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith, can you unmute for a moment? Did you have any contact with any representative of Ceiling Wall?
The owner I had, he was living in the camper. That's how it all started. And so the last 2 times my visit has been there, there's no presence of nobody. The camper is just sitting on the vacant lot. So that's all I know of.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I've signed one on December 15th. I would assume the trailer's still there on the lot.
It is, Your Honor.
And so I'll wait to hear from the city on how you want to proceed. There's nobody here from ceiling wall repair. So the defendants failed to appear. This was set at 9 o'clock. It is now 10:42. How did you want to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor. This time the city would be requesting entry of an order that the city is gladly will prepare for court order compliance. Appears Mr. Smith, our code officer, was out there on the 16th of February, which would be yesterday at approximately 3:30, and that the violations of what he indicated, the camper being on the property, is still there in violation of city.
All right, so we'll wait the order to be the 7-day order to come in for signature purposes. And then I think we're heading towards an abatement type of situation where I just don't know who to give the bill to because there's nobody shows up.
The city with just it potentially being occupied, the city has a little hesitancy on an immediate abatement order of that, Your Honor.
It would not be immediate. October was the first hearing.
Yeah. We don't want to put ourselves in a position of, sending somebody out there to abate it. They pick it up and there's people that are in there.
I guarantee you there's people out there.
Yes. And so I think, getting this and getting that over to everybody and putting them on notice for a short period of time and then coming abatement. And I believe Mr. Smith. Yes, Mr. Smith.
For the last 2 months that I've been out there, there has been nobody are there, no footprints, no nothing in the snow. The guy, when I did speak with him, he said he's going to live in a hotel or live with friends. So in the last 2 times that I have been there, there has been no one actually living there. So it's over a 2-month period that I've been there. I haven't seen nobody living there.
I'll await the order to follow, but I signed the first order in December. The first fine was sent in December, and I don't think anything's been done since.
Well, with that information, Your Honor, the city would probably request for a court order compliance, and then following that with non-compliance for an abatement order.
Yeah, so let's see. Yeah, I'll await the order to follow.
Very good. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Anything else for the record in 25-000-7841 from the city, Mr. Booth?
Nothing from the city, Your Honor.
All right. We're all set on that file. Await the order to follow on the fail to appear for today's date. Do we have Mr. Harry's or?
I don't believe so, Your Honor. I can go take a look.
We can go on. Who's here on Luxon? And we lost the interpreter.
No, that was the one. We need an
interpreter on.
Yeah, it was a fairly specific one, if I recall from the last hearing we had the wrong.
Where's the jury stand?
I
Megan?
haven't heard anything, I don't know.
Okay,
And I have Miss Gillette still, so I can't go find out.
all right.
We require an interpreter for this,
Yes.
which I don't know.
I don't think we have, we had one and then we don't anymore. There was an interpreter here and they're no longer here. Miss Boland's here and we're done with that case.
Your Honor.
All right. All right, so let's see. Let's go and start calling cases and just. I think Miss. No.
Sure.
What is it?
Luxon.
Is she here?
I don't think we have an interpreter though.
No interpreter?
Well, we had one for hours and then she took off. So.
It's not my fault, is it?
Don't look at me.
Yeah. So let's call, we'll reschedule her, I guess. So let's go on Luxon. So we're on the record and we'll just go ahead and make a record because it's my understanding that we had an interpreter. The interpreter was and because the difficulty of finding a Creole interpreter, they were coming via Zoom and she came and then she left. And so we're going to reschedule. So we're on the record in docket 25L2976721 and 25L2976722. That is People of the City of Lansing versus John Luxon. Appearances for the record, Ms. Crock-Molnay.
Elizabeth Clark-Molnay on behalf of the City of Lansing.
Mr. Ned.
George and Ned, in behalf of me or Mr. Smith as clients, who's standing to my right.
All right, and sir, you are John Luxon, is that correct? So is that correct, sir? You are John Luxon?
I don't think he understands anything.
You have to say yes, boom.
You have to.
Oh, yes.
Yes, okay, thank you. This is why we had an interpreter. This is the time set for a pretrial on both of these files, and we did have an interpreter here, and so I'll indicate that I do not see the same interpreter here anymore. So is there an interpreter here for John Luxon on the Zoom call? We lost our interpreter, and we definitely need one in this case. So let's adjourn this matter. We still, so I'm going to indicate that interpreter was here and left. So we could not proceed. And we will adjourn to Doesn't have to be, it can be,
Come on,
as long as it's 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Back, lay down.
On the Zoom user, you're gonna have to mute your, well, we'll mute you for you. And then there, thank you, Megan.
Is that, for pre-trial?
It is for adjourned pretrial, yes. So another pretrial.
Yeah.
But for adjournment.
I mean, there's the initial.
Oh.
I'll take a look.
Yeah.
If you're talking about videos.
Yeah, yeah.
Then it depends on what stage you're at.
Well, I'm just thinking as they're all.
All right,
Okay, so we'll do 9:30.
9:30 on what date?
Oh, March 3rd.
March 3rd at 9:30. March. And we will give Mr. Luxon a notice for that date, so he has something in writing, but we're gonna reschedule for an interpreter, okay? We'll schedule for March 3rd at 9:30. So Mr. Luxon has been rescheduled for March 3rd at 9:30. Anything else for the record in either of these 25 L297, 6721, or 722? I've indicated that we will need an interpreter for Creole. Is that correct? Haitian Creole?
Haitian Creole.
Okay. Anything else for the record in either one of those files, Ms. Crock-Mulney?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Mr. Ned?
Thank you.
All right, we're all set on those.
You're gonna be just as.
Okay. So who's here interpreting for Mr. Luxon, just not by the court? Is there anybody here with Mr. Luxon?
She's gonna give.
Yeah, if you have him sit down, we'll give you the notice for when to come next time.
Okay, just have them sit down.
Yeah, just have him sit down.
Okay.
And then my court officer will give you notice
Oh, right
for
now.
the next time. Yeah, just have a seat and she'll give it to you. You can sit down there. How about Free Healy?
I am ready on Mr. Fahey, Your Honor.
All right. I don't know if we're gonna make it to 11.
I don't think so, Your Honor.
Let's go on Mr. Free and then once Megan, because we still have Miss Gillette. Yeah, we'll move on Miss Gillette after Mr. Harry's, and then we can come back and see where the jury's at, because we don't know where the jury's at or where they're come in or. All right, so we're on the record in docket 25-03617. That is people of the city of Lansing versus William Fahey. Appearances for the record, Ms. Crock-Mulney.
Elizabeth Crock-Mulney on behalf of the City of Lansing.
Mr. Harry's.
Assistant Public Defender James Harris here on behalf of Mr. Fahey, who is standing to my right. Would you please state your name for the right, first and last name for the record, sir?
My name is William Fahey.
All right, thank you. This is the time set for a pretrial in the matter. Ms. Crock-Mulney, how are we proceeding?
Your Honor, I spoke briefly with Ms. Slaviak about this matter. It appears that the prosecutor on this is actually John DeWayne, so it'd be ICFO case. I know that it says City of Lansing versus the defendant. However, from what I can tell, it's supposed to be ICFO.
I have the complainant's signature as the City of Lansing, Carly Johnson. On the
Seems like
ticket.
it may have been filed incorrectly, Your Honor. I believe last time we were here, there was some indication that it may have originally potentially been a state case or intended to be one, but was filed under the city ordinance. My understanding from Mr. I don't know what has happened, but if it has been filed incorrectly, I would ask that it be dismissed.
Well, I don't know. I don't have any, all I know is Carly Johnson filed the ticket, and that's from the city. So I have, yeah, I have,
Your
I
Honor.
don't know, so I know the city wrote the tickets because it was written by LPD, but I don't know anything else about the file.
Your Honor, the city will make a motion to dismiss.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Right. For this, the uncertainty of whether this is a city or state file, and we'll dismiss without prejudice. So, Mr. Feely, that means that people could reissue if they choose to. That'd be the city or the state, but for our purposes, the case is dismissed. I don't know. I don't know if it's a city or state file. It was set on a city case and it was written by the Lansing Police Department. But it could be reissued, just so you know.
Okay.
Anything else for the record in 2503617, Ms. Crock-Mulney?
Not from the city, Your Honor.
Mr. Harris?
Nothing from the defense, Your Honor.
All right. You should be all set. Thank you, sir. And then did you want to go on Gillette?
Yes, Your Honor, I can get the prosecutor.
All right. How about an Everett? You want to go on Everett? That's a.
Yes.
All right. Before Miss.
Be happy to.
All right, so we're on the record on 2503350. That is the City of Lansing versus Ray Everett. Appearances for the record, Ms. Crock-Mulney.
Elizabeth Crock-Mulney on behalf of the City of Lansing.
Mr. Kelly.
Good morning, Judge. Jim Kelly appearing on behalf of the defendant, Ray Everett. Ray Everett is on the Zoom call with me.
And sir, you are Ray Everett, is that correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
You can hear me all right, Mr. Everett?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. This is the time set for pretrial in the matter. Ms. Crock-Mulney, how are we proceeding?
Your Honor, so it's on the record, the city is just requesting any.
We received it yesterday. We just.
The
So you
city
just
has
wanna-
received some mitigating documents, and yesterday we have not had the chance to review, so the city would be requesting a new pretrial date.
All right, do you want it just a regular pretrial, or do you want to put it on the final pretrial schedule?
Regular pretrial.
All right, so we'll adjourn for regular pretrial. There's still discovery issues out. And is that your understanding, Mr. Kelly? There's still some discovery issues out?
That's correct, Your Honor. I had provided just some documents, I want to say yesterday afternoon, maybe even after close of business. So the prosecutor, I doubt, has had a chance to give it a thorough review.
All right, we'll adjourn for further pretrial for a couple weeks. That'll be a couple weeks of.
I
Not
think that's
longer.
sufficient.
All right. You can go longer.
Okay.
If we're not. Yeah.
Well, 3 weeks, it's gonna be an LT day. So
Yeah.
It would be
4 weeks.
It would be March 17th.
Okay. Oh, it'll be March 17th anyway. March 17th. What time? That's okay. We can. Yeah, just put it in there. 8:30. All right, we'll set it for March 17th at 8:30 on March 17th for adjourned pretrial. Anything else for the record in 2503350, Ms. Crock-Mulney?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Anything else, Mr. Kelly?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Everett, you should be all set. You can attend via Zoom on March 17th at 8:30.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Judge, really quick.
Yes.
They're ready for the trial and Judge Simmons has offered to take anything that we haven't got to.
All right. So that's very nice of Judge Simmons.
I will add that Kelly also asked earlier, but Judge Simmons just popped in here to let me know.
All right, so let's do this. So if you have a scheduled pretrial here, when we have a big docket, I mean, we didn't get to any, but.
People on Zoom.
Judge,
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
and
parties
so-
dismissed on Everett.
Mr. Kelly, yeah, you can go and Mr. Everett can go.
Okay, thank you,
Oh.
Judge. Appreciate it.
So,
I'll be in contact, Mr. Kelly. I sent you an email.
so what is Judge Simmons' ID number, or
Hers is, I can give it to you.
I guess we just be set.
You're ready?
I guess I am.
You want me to write it down for you?
Yeah.
Besides that, what I got.
All right, if you are attending a pretrial this morning in front of, and this is for the Zoom, people in the Zoom courtroom, you should redial 876-493-1931. If you're a polycom from jail, we'll tell the jail that they should go there. But if you are on the Zoom pretrial and you're not in jail, you should redial 876-493-1931, and that should get you in front of Judge Simmons, and she'll be handling the pretrial since we're going to go to jury trial. And then if you're in the physical courtroom and you have a pretrial, everybody's going to Judge Simmons except for, well, let's do the county cases.
Understood, Your Honor.
So let's go to Judge Simmons. Question.
Mine's just a collection case for 17.
Doesn't matter. Okay, yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, you're one of about 8. Yep. So yeah. But the jury trial starts trumping as we get later.
You have a blessed day.
You too.
I'll be.
All right, and then this. Are we ready on Miss
You're
Gillette?
ready on Gillette, Your Honor.
Okay.
I did speak with her. We are going to be doing that as a no contest plea. If I may approach with a copy of the report.
You may.
I have shown this to the prosecutor, which they've advised they do not have any
All right.
issues with. The
All right.
reasoning would be lack of memory.
Okay.
Cannot get this one
It's
added.
that
The pre-trial.
keep on, as long as we're recording, keep working on that one because I don't think this one's on the docket. Right? This is a county case. This Gillette case. All right, so we're back on the record in 2503279. That is People of the State of Michigan versus Teresa Gillette. And it's my understanding that we're going to do a no contest plea, that I'll be taking the factual basis from a no contest with the same plea offer. The reason for the no contest plea would be lack of memory, and this is still a plea to this charge, so it'd be plea as no contest to this charge. Pay restitution on the 2 files. One previous file we determined, was there no restitution on that file?
That is correct, Your Honor. One of the files does not have any
All
restitution.
right, and then the other one, which is 2500239, I'm going to go ahead and put it in this file, is restitution for $112.
That is what I came up with
All right.
upon looking at the report, Your Honor.
All right. And this is a no contest plea. Is that a fair statement, Mr. Harries?
Yes, Your Honor. I did speak with Ms. Gillette, and she indicated that she does have trouble remembering exactly what happened during that incident. She stated she knows at least the coffee mug went flying, but she does not remember everything. So my guess is that we may have to do this as a no contest plea due to lack of memory.
All right. And the reason is lack of memory. I've read you through your rights, ma'am. All the rights apply concerning this. As far as right to trial and right to jury, I've read all those to you. You've indicated that you were going to plead to this, and then now we're going to no contest plea for lack of memory. Is that your request today?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So this is for.
I believe the date and time and.
Yeah, I just got plenty of information.
should be on there.
All right, so this all occurred on September 30th, 2025 at 609 East Jolly, apartment 13, City of Lansing, Ingham County. Ms. Gillette is indicating and we're using Lansing Police Department, police report number 25051111. And that's the request, Ms. Fortuna Gill, to use this as a basis for the factual basis for the no contest plea. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Harris, all right. All right, so for that date and time, there was a dating relationship between Miss Gillette and the complaining victim, Mr. Harper. And it appears that the offensive touching was Miss Gillette threw a hot cup of coffee. According to Mr. Harper, it burned his chest. She hit his arm and shoulder with her body, and there's nothing to indicate that this was done in self-defense. It does appear that this was a mutual altercation up until this point, and maybe past this point. Oh, he indicates that he was the victim here. All right. So I find that the factual basis based on 25051111 has been made concerning an offensive touching, the throwing of coffee on a person, according to Mr. Gillette. Anything towards a factual basis, Ms. Fortuna Gill?
No, Your Honor, the people are satisfied.
All right, Mr. Harris.
Nothing from the defense, Your Honor. The defense is satisfied.
All right. And we will refer to probation, and now if probation doesn't see her before, if probation will see her, where is she incarcerated now?
Currently Ingham County Jail. Your Honor.
Okay, so
I believe she's being held.
So she wasn't brought on writ or anything?
No, she's at the Ingham County Jail. I believe what is currently holding her is bonds she has in the files over on the 55 cases.
So we'll refer to probation, and defendant is in Ingham County Jail, and we'll set for sentencing on this file, the DV file, and we can probably set it on a county day, on a Monday, and in the afternoon on a Monday, right? 2 weeks on an afternoon on a Monday. And set for sentencing. Yeah, most sentencings are in the afternoon. Okay. So we'll set for March 2nd. Is that 6 weeks?
Oh, 6 weeks?
Yeah.
I said 2 weeks.
No, it'll be 6 weeks from probation.
Okay.
Before you get moved, you have to check with them and make sure that gets done.
March
1:30.
30th at 1:30.
And the date is March 30th at 1:30?
Yes.
This
So
is for 03279.
this is for 03279. And then all the rest of these two are our files. But we'll set that file for 2503-279. There's implications involving the two retail frauds because we want to make sure restitution's paid at that date. But we'll set it for March 30th at 1:30. Anything else for the record in 2503-279, Ms. Fortuna Gill?
Not for the people, thank you.
Mr. Harris?
Nothing from the defense, Your Honor.
All right, we'll see you on that date. Mr. Harris, I have the no contest. You can take back the LP. You may. And we should be all set on those files. Thank you for your appearance today, Mr. Webb.
I'll get your notice.
Yeah, might as well. No, just one sentencing. Those dates have implications for those four files.
Okay, have a good day, everyone.
We'll see you, Ms.
It was
Fortuna
an
Gill.
honor to surprise you on this Tuesday.
Yeah, those are going to be dismissed as part of the sentencing, but let's make sure that they're all, that we go through with the sentencing.
Okay. So when I'm scheduling now,
Schedule all of them for that date. That's what I would think.
but in scheduling, in sentencing. is that-
Yeah, it's sentencing.
Okay, all
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Because we're only sentencing on one file, but we're dismissing a bunch
But
on
to
those.
put it on in the thing.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
so,
So you can put them all sentences.
Yeah, are we off now, the record, or are you still calling?
Still on.
Wait, well, I
Polycom system, because all these pretrials should go to Judge Simmons also. So we're on the record in 25-02317. We're set for jury trial and William Russell on that file. 25-02317. Appearances for the record from the city.
Patrick Abood and Mr. Matt Staples on behalf of the city, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. And Mr. Ned.
George and then APD on behalf of my client is saying to my right.
And so you are William Albert Russell, is that correct?
Correct.
All right, thank you. This is time set for a jury trial in the matter. There's been some discussions and there's some talk concerning witnesses in the matter. Mr. Boot or Mr. Staples, what did you want to bring out of the presence of the jury?
Your Honor, I just think it needs to be made for the record, probably mostly for defendant's sake. In talking with our witnesses this morning, we did become aware that Officer Marquis Washington, who is the primary officer involved in this matter, and defense counsel, Mr. Need, are acquaintances, friends, have a personal, some level of a personal relationship outside of their work as a public defender and as a police officer. Again, we became aware of that for the first time this morning when Officer Washington brought it to our attention when we were discussing the case. So I don't know if the court wants to make a record or have the defendant address any potential conflict, but I think that should be probably handled before we bring the jury in.
All right, I think that's a fair statement. And how many witnesses are we anticipating?
So I believe for the city are anticipated are Meredith Johnson from code enforcement, another officer potentially who was with Officer Washington in his kind of last level of training as a field training officer. And then Officer Washington are the three witnesses. The people are initially contemplating, obviously, depending on what the defendant chooses to do, there could be potential for rebuttal.
All right. And Mr. Ned, you understand that there are three witnesses in this case. This is the first I've heard of any type of having some that you may know one of the witnesses and maybe a friend of yours.
Yeah, I was a prosecutor and I own a business in Lansing. I know half, if not over half, the police department.
Right. So we made a record that you're on notice that and the jury will be placed on notice that you may know one of the witnesses. I'm surprised this doesn't happen more often, quite frankly.
It happens all the time. This is the first time it's been brought up. I don't think it's necessary to bring it up. I don't know why they need to know. If anything, it would be to their benefit, not ours.
Well, the jury's got to be told that they know you, and we'll provide that information. We'll say we'll call your witnesses. We'll state the name of it, and then I'll indicate that that you at least know one of the witnesses, and they may know one of the witnesses. So that it's not unusual. It's not. This is far from unusual in this county.
One moment here. Your Honor, at least I want to just put on the record as well. The city attorney also knows that officer, so if we're gonna just put on the record.
I'm hoping.
I would say the officer did indicate to us that they have had a personal relationship outside of their work.
Okay.
And that's why we bring it to the court's attention.
Right.
Again, that's what the officer reported to us. We just want to make sure we're all good and we don't have a.
Yeah, we'll make sure the jury knows all that. They're the finder of fact. So we have the trespass in a red tag property. That is that's the misdemeanor that we're trying. And then I have a civil infraction of a parking violation, blocking sidewalk. And then since that's a formal hearing violation, I'll wait till after proofs are in before I make a decision on that file. So we'll just go on the trespass in a red tag property, the misdemeanor. What's the penalty for that? It's written under 146001. Which is, I think that authorizes the city, the officer, and the ticket is written by Christopher Mosby.
It's a 90-day, Your Honor.
Okay. 90-day and or 500.
It would be 500, but I can double check.
All right. I have a PR bond was set in this file, so that's a 90-day and or $500 if found guilty.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Can you tell me I have Marquis Washington as a witness, and then Meredith.
She's sitting right behind you, I think.
Yeah. And then who was the other person?
Godot. I don't know. I don't know. You're gonna have to talk to.
Is he on the witness list?
Yes, he was.
Joe.
I'm uncertain because I haven't seen the witness list.
Yeah, one moment, please. No. Yeah, we're still going to trial. I just want to show my client.
We're going to trial because a jury.
Yeah,
and you told us we're going to get trial at.
We're not
jury trial's coming. But just so there's no uncertainty, there's no time in on this file. and he is punishable by 90 days and or $500.
Yeah, I'm trying to get Communico to come up, but it would seem the internet has just crashed, so, I know it's 90 days, the fine would be the only question.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Something less than 500, I would think. It's up to 500, I
Yes.
believe, under the city ordinance. All right, anything else on 25-02317? Because they said the jury's ready. Anything else on that file, Mr. Staples or Mr. Booth?
No, Your Honor, I think we can, I know it's been brought to the court's attention, that there is some debate over the knowing aspect. My understanding is the court's gonna make a ruling on that.
I am, once I take a look at the jury instruction.
Yeah, so I guess the only thing is that, you know, I think that may impact, you know, rebuttal and things like that. So I
Right.
would just keep that at the court's mind on evidentiary rulings. and things
Yeah,
like that.
that'll probably, as a part of jury instructions, that'll be be of the first set of jury instructions and the third set of jury instructions. So we'll probably iron that out, but we had to know if
Sure.
you're calling a jury.
No, understood, Your Honor.
We'll probably iron that out before. It's my understanding, and I haven't looked at any of the jury instructions that were on this a week ago. I don't think there are any city ordinance jury instructions. Is that a fair statement?
Do you mean standard jury instructions? Your
There's no
Honor?
city ordinance jury instructions. There could be standard jury instructions on a misdemeanor. But the city doesn't put out any.
Right, we do
jury
not
instructions.
publish a set of standard jury
Right,
instructions.
so these are from the ordinance, so one thing I would find compelling is the nature of the ordinance and any notes made from the ordinance, because I'll have to look it up to see if because there seems to be something at issues whether this is a strict liability crime or like a speeding ticket or a mens rea crime. And I don't know. I know how it's usually presented, but I don't know if it's presented in that way.
You know, I am so sorry. Can you just say the first few words? In regards to the mens rea, I apologize.
We're trying to see if the jury instruction would make this a strict liability crime or an intent crime, a mens rea crime.
Understood.
It'd be a general intent crime, but there's still be some intent. That would be my only issue, and then if council wants to argue that, but I need to look at the ordinance, because
I do have a printed copy, or
do you have a printed copy of the ordinance? Yes. And have you seen this, Mr. Ned?
Is it 1460 point?
It is 01. It's printed directly from Unicode.
Part M.
And then it would be subsection M under there. If you scroll far enough in, there's some highlights just at the section. There's nothing additionally highlighted.
I was able to confirm it's 90 days and or 500.
500, thank you. All right, I have this written under the ordinance as any occupied structure condemned and placarded by the code official shall be vacated as ordered by the code official. No person shall occupy a placarded structure. I'm assuming the placarded is red tag.
Correct.
Yeah, structure or operate red tagged equipment. Any other person, including but not limited to any owner's agent or person's responsibility for the structure, who allows anyone to occupy a red tagged structure or operated equipment shall be in violation of this section. No person shall any domestic animal to occupy any structure. Repairs required by correction order may be made by 8 to 5. If the person seeking permit obtains all permits necessary for the work. So permission is needed. It doesn't say anything about whether it's strict liability or intent. Any condemned and placarded shall be vacated as ordered by the code official. No person shall is a pretty big word. Shall occupy a structure or operate a equipment. Any other person, including but not limited to owner, owner's agent, person responsible for the structure, who allows anyone to occupy shall be in violation of the section. All right. I at least have the section. I'll check to see what the jury instruction is. Anything else concerning this matter Mr. Booth?
Nothing that we haven't covered.
All right, Mr. Ned.
A few things, Your Honor. One, I think the closest jury instruction and the standard jury instruction would be 25.9. I guess we'll look at that when we go into chambers later.
We'll probably put everything on the record in this regard.
Okay. Other than that, the only other issue I have in regards to their jury instructions are two things. One, they use the word property when it should be structure. And the other issue, Your Honor, they place the word enter or occupy, and enter or is not placed anywhere in that section. So my biggest thing besides the intent is removing the word enter or, because that kind of defeats the whole purpose of the Municode reference in whole.
Say it again.
So the code reads, no person shall occupy a place carded structure.
A structure condemned plate carded by the code official. Occupy a plate carded structure or equipment.
And they place in their jury request, enter or occupy. I don't know where the word enter or came in.
All right, response?
I don't know how you would occupy without entering, but
I don't know either.
I will explain.
I don't know. You can explain it all you want, but I have to instruct the jury per the jury instructions that you're indicating. And I don't know how to occupy something unless you want a definition of the word occupy.
So, Your Honor, it's my understanding that Municode is adopted by the IPMC, and there is the definition of what occupy means.
So do you want them read that instruction? What is that? What is the definition of occupy there?
Bear with me a moment. I have it right here, Your Honor. 1 second.
And we probably should have done this a week ago. Don't you think? That's the whole point of jury instructions.
We both submitted them late, and we both.
Yeah, would you agree with me that we probably should have done this a week ago, rather than the day right of trial when the jury's coming in?
I guess my question is, Your Honor.
I'm just asking for some preparation. That's all I'm asking for.
And I guess to your Honor's point, if there's going to be a legal argument over whether certain conditions are met, that should have been brought in a brief before the court as part of a legal argument, and that's not a question for the jury.
Well, I'm going to make it's going to be a question for the jurors, and I'm going to make, but I want to read them the right instruction.
And
you can interpret that any way you want to, but I'm going to read them an instruction, and they're going to follow my instruction.
Correct.
They can do what they want.
Yes, sir. And going back to what Mr. Staples said, couldn't they still done the same thing? I don't know. They use different words in the language.
I wasn't talking to them. I was talking to you, first of all.
I understand.
And you are right. They could have done the same thing, but I should hear this before day of from either party.
Okay.
I mean, if you have an objection to the jury instruction they're indicating, then it might be a good idea to hear it from you.
And I think I could be wrong, but I think I received it sometime last week. I don't know for sure, but it wasn't a week in advance. In my understanding,
that's an accurate representation.
So
all right,
it's one of those.
So you found it last week. Then you probably should have been objecting to the instruction last week.
When I submitted it on whatever day I submitted it, I did submit it after I received theirs. I submitted mine.
When did you submit yours? Why do you look at Mr. Booth?
Because I emailed it to him. I don't remember. It was sometime last week.
Well, in the last week, you should have submitted with objection, and then we'd probably be arguing the instructions someplace other than day of trial.
Wednesday. Yeah, we're still prepared to proceed forward.
Okay. All right. I will check the instruction, and I don't see, all I see is shall here, but this isn't usually something I determine as a strict liability offense, like a speeding ticket, but I'll see what's reasonable. You can make your arguments on the term occupy, but it is whatever the jury thinks it is, and whatever the instruction is. I know no instructions comes from the ordinances other than a typical trespass instruction that comes from interpreting the state statute. I think it would be, all right. Anything else on this file before? We're probably going to call the jury in probably now, I bet.
I'm just waiting for.
Yeah, so,
Just sequestration of witnesses.
yeah, that'll be a part of it. Sequestration of witnesses. I'll do part one of the jury instructions. Who should we got, since I'm looking at on which did you file last week or this week's jury instructions?
I
'Cause I
emailed Megan. I don't remember when I
You got-
sent it, but I can check it. I'm just in very safe of time.
All right, that's what I'll, unless I hear something different, I don't have those jury instructions on any of these.
I think mine was Wednesday or Thursday. I sent out
All right.
all of anything that was set.
Let's get the jury in and then we'll start the trial. I have some people on Zoom here. I have Robert Walling from Code Enforcement.
He might be showing up for the transfer docket.
And I have a Notorious Bolin.
That's also from your docket.
I think we've already taken care of that case.
40-hour hold.
All right. I'm going to.
Oh, I did a one.